The story of Roman Britain is about two different cultures coming together. The Romans, with their advanced civilization, encountered the Celts, who had their own rich traditions and ways of life. This meeting was not just a clash of swords, but a fusion of ideas, technologies, and customs. It's a story of conquest, of course, but also how people adapted, resisted, and eventually blended their ways of life. The Celts, known for their fierce independence, put up a strong resistance against the Roman invaders. Yet, over time, both sides found ways to coexist, leading to a unique blend of Roman and Celtic cultures. The Romans, with their organized armies and advanced engineering, left a permanent mark on the island they called Britannia. Their roads, forts and cities became the backbone of the region's infrastructure, some of which still exist today. The Roman military formations, known for their discipline and effectiveness, were a key factor in their success. Their arrival, starting with Julius Caesar's journeys, would change British history forever. Caesar's initial expeditions in 55 and 54 BCE were just the beginning. It wasn't until Emperor Claudius's invasion in 43 CE that the Romans established a lasting presence in Britannia. From the busy streets of Londinium, which we now call London, to the impressive walls of Hadrian's Wall, the Romans changed the landscape and the lives of the native Britons. Londinium became a bustling hub of trade and culture, while Hadrian's Wall marked the northern boundary of the Roman Empire in Britain, a testament to their engineering prowess. Roman law, language and customs became a part of British life, starting a new era. Latin became the language of administration and learning, influencing the development of the English language. Roman customs, from bathing practices to dining habits, were adopted by the Britons, blending with their own traditions. This essay explores the captivating history of the Roman conquest of Britain. We'll delve into the key events and figures that shaped this period, examining how the Romans managed to conquer and hold such a distant territory. We'll look at the most important events, from Julius Caesar's first trips to the eventual fall of Roman rule. The decline of Roman power in the 5th century CE marked the end of an era, but the legacy of their rule continued to influence Britain for centuries to come. Join me as we travel back in time to uncover the amazing story of Roman Britain. Through historical reenactments and archaeological discoveries, we'll bring to life the experiences of both the Romans and the Britons during this transformative period. We'll examine the military strategies used by the Romans, the challenges they faced, and the impact their rule had on the native people. The Roman legions, with their innovative tactics and relentless discipline, faced numerous challenges, from the rugged terrain to the fierce resistance of the local tribes. The story of Roman Britain isn't just about conquest, it's about cultural exchange, adaptation, and the lasting legacy of one of history's most important empires. The Romans brought new technologies, ideas, and ways of life that would leave an indelible mark on Britain, shaping its future in profound ways. In 55 BC, Julius Caesar, the ambitious general who would soon become the ruler of Rome, set his sights on a new prize, the island of Britannia. This marked the beginning of a series of events that would eventually lead to the Roman conquest of Britain. Caesar, known for his strategic brilliance and relentless ambition, saw Britannia as a land of untapped potential and a stepping stone to further his own glory and the expansion of the Roman Empire. Caesar had several reasons for wanting to conquer Britain. The island was shrouded in mystery and tales of immense wealth, making it an alluring target for the Romans. Additionally, controlling Britain would provide a strategic advantage, allowing Rome to secure its northern borders and prevent any potential threats from the tribes inhabiting the island. First, he wanted to expand the Roman Empire and add another valuable territory to its control. The expansion of the empire was not just about land, it was about power, influence, and the spread of Roman culture and civilization. By bringing Britain under Roman rule, Caesar aimed to demonstrate the might of Rome and its ability to conquer even the most distant lands. Britain, with its rumored wealth and resources, was a tempting target. The island was believed to be rich in precious metals, fertile lands, and other valuable resources that could greatly benefit the Roman economy. The prospect of tapping into these resources was a significant motivator for Caesar and his legions. Second, Caesar wanted to achieve glory for himself and strengthen his reputation as a brilliant military leader. His previous campaigns in Gaul had already earned him considerable fame, But a successful invasion of Britain would elevate his status even further. It was an opportunity to showcase his military prowess and secure his legacy in the annals of Roman history. Successfully invading Britain would undoubtedly enhance his standing in Rome. The Roman Senate and the people of Rome held military achievements in high regard, and a victory in Britain would solidify Caesar's position as one of Rome's greatest generals. It would also provide him with the political leverage needed to further his ambitions within the Roman political system. Caesar's first expedition was more of a scouting mission than a full-scale invasion. He aimed to gather intelligence about the island, its geography, and its inhabitants. This initial foray was crucial in understanding the challenges that lay ahead and preparing for a more substantial campaign in the future. He landed with 2 legions, around 10,000 men, in southeast Britain, probably near present-day Deal. The landing itself was a significant achievement, demonstrating the logistical capabilities of the Roman military. However, it was just the beginning of a challenging campaign. The Britons, surprised by the arrival of these heavily armed and disciplined soldiers, initially fought back fiercely. The native tribes were known for their bravery and combat skills, and they were determined to defend their homeland from the foreign invaders. However, Caesar's legions, experienced from years of warfare in Gaul, present-day France, proved too strong. The Roman soldiers were well-trained, disciplined, and equipped with superior weaponry and tactics. Their experience in previous battles gave them an edge over the Britons. The Romans established a foothold, but their stay was short-lived. Despite their initial success, they faced numerous challenges, including supply issues and the unpredictable British weather. These factors made it difficult to maintain a prolonged presence on the island. Storms damaged Caesar's ships, forcing him to retreat and return to Gaul before winter arrived. The harsh weather conditions and the damage to their fleet made it impossible to continue the campaign. Caesar had no choice but to withdraw and regroup. Despite its short duration, Caesar's first expedition provided valuable information about the island and its inhabitants, paving the way for a larger invasion the following year. The reconnaissance mission allowed the Romans to better understand the terrain, the local tribes, and the logistical challenges they would face in future campaigns. This knowledge was instrumental in planning the subsequent invasion, which would ultimately lead to the Roman conquest of Britain. The next year, 54 BC, Caesar returned to Britain with renewed determination and a clear strategy in mind. This time, he was determined to leave a more lasting impact, not just a fleeting presence. He meticulously planned his campaign, ensuring that every detail was accounted for. He assembled a larger force consisting of 5 legions and a substantial cavalry contingent, totaling around 20,000 men. This formidable army was a testament to Rome's might and Caesar's resolve. Caesar's fleet sailed from Gaul, crossing the rough waters of the English Channel and landing in the same area as the previous year. The journey was perilous, but the Romans were undeterred. The Britons, aware of Caesar's return and better prepared this time, had gathered a large force under the leadership of Cassivellaunus, a chieftain of the Catuvelauni tribe. They were determined to defend their homeland. Cassivellaunus used guerrilla tactics, taking advantage of the dense forests and marshy terrain to harass the Roman columns and disrupt their supplies. His knowledge of the local terrain gave him a strategic edge. Caesar, however, pressed on, pushing deeper inland. His determination was unwavering, and he was prepared to face any challenge that came his way. He crossed the River Thames, a significant obstacle, and engaged Cassivellaunus in a series of battles. The crossing was a remarkable feat, showcasing the Romans' engineering prowess and military discipline. While the Britons fought bravely, they were ultimately no match for the disciplined Roman legions. The Romans' superior tactics and training began to turn the tide of the conflict. Cassivellaunus, facing mounting losses and dwindling support from other tribes, was forced to negotiate for peace. The relentless Roman advance left him with little choice. He agreed to pay tribute to Rome and provide hostages as a guarantee of good behavior. This agreement marked a significant moment in the Roman conquest of Britain. Caesar, having achieved his objectives, withdrew his forces from Britain and returned to Gaul. His campaign had demonstrated the might of Rome and solidified his reputation as a brilliant military leader. Almost a century after Caesar's expeditions, the Romans returned to Britain, this time with the intention of permanent conquest. In 43 AD, Emperor Claudius, eager to secure his position and win military glory, ordered the invasion of Britain. Aulus Plautius, an experienced general, was given command of the invasion force, which consisted of 4 legions and a large number of auxiliary troops, totaling around 40,000 men. The Roman invasion force landed unopposed in southeast Britain, but they soon encountered fierce resistance from the native tribes. Caratacus, a chieftain of the Catuvellauni, emerged as a key figure in the British resistance. He rallied the tribes, employing guerrilla tactics and using his knowledge of the terrain to harass the advancing Roman armies. Despite the Britons' valiant efforts, the Roman military machine proved unstoppable. Plautius's legions, equipped with superior weaponry and tactics, steadily gained the upper hand. The Romans captured Camulodunum, modern-day Colchester, an important tribal centre, and established it as their first major base in Britain. Over the following decades, the Romans expanded their control, building roads, forts, and cities, integrating Britannia into the Roman Empire. The legacy of the Roman conquest is still visible today, with numerous archaeological sites and artifacts that tell the story of this transformative period in British history.